Alright, here we are. This is the practice activity for creating a logo for your business. So this is the business page right here for your business, and down here on the right hand side somewhere you're going to see a spot that says logo. You can click on it. It's going to give you more information, and these are your assignments we are doing. You should be working on this practice. Afterwards you need to read this article, take notes about logos. But here's the practice. We are going to create what you see here. So we're going to pretend like you have your business is you actually own a sports team, and they're called the Denver Bulls. And this is the logo that you're going to create for that business. And you'll notice it has the name up here. It has a slogan, and it has a few things creating the image here in the middle. So we're going to use Photoshop to create it. So let's get going. So here's how it kind of looks when you create it. You'll notice it's going to be transparent. But we're going to start from scratch, and I'm going to show you how to complete it yourself so that you know how to do your own logo when you create one. Alright. So we're going to start new. We're going to go File, New, Blank File. Make sure these are on inches. And we're just going to create a square. So we could go, I don't know, let's go 15 by 15 with a 72 resolution and transparent. Now if I go too fast for you, make sure you're pausing and doing whatever you need to do as we go, because you should be following along in Photoshop. Alright, so here's our square that we're going to be using to create the logo. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get a cow skull to use in the logo. Alright, so we're going to go to Google here. You'll notice I'm in Google, and I did cow skull clip art in the top, and then clicked it on images. And you can actually use any of the skulls that you would like. The one that I used is, you pull it down, this one's pretty cool right here. I didn't use that one, but it's pretty cool. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Here's the one that I used right here. So I click on it, it makes it bigger. You'll notice it has some kind of copyright thing on it here. So when you do yours for your business, make sure there's nothing like that on there. But for the practice, we'll go ahead and use this one. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm actually just going to copy the image. Okay, copy image, and then go back to Photoshop, open up your Photoshop. And then we're going to go edit at the top, paste. There you go. There's our skull that we're going to be using. Now we're going to resize it a little bit so that it fits. Okay, so it fits on the page here, and you can either move it with your mouse or your arrows on your keyboard. Alright, now we're going to center it up, but before we center it up, I want to get rid of this white box around the edge. So check mark, got it. Go over here to the eraser, make sure it's on the magic eraser. Okay, click and hold it, make sure it's on the magic eraser. Click the white area around this skull, and you notice it disappears. And now we have just our skull that we're going to use. Alright, now listen, we want to center it up, and I've taught you this before about using these rulers on the top and on the side to center things. So to view these rulers, if yours are not there, you need to go View, click on Rulers, and these rulers pop up. Now this is 15 inches wide, so half of 15 is 7.5. So we're going to click on this ruler on the side, click it, drag it out, and put it on, so 7.5, so there's 7.5. There we go. Well, there we were. Didn't quite center it, so let's move it over. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing on the side. We're going to click 7.5, and then use these squares here to center it up. Looks like I actually had it centered up already, which was totally lucky. But I wanted it to be a little bit smaller anyway, so let's make it a little smaller. Now we're going to center it up. There we go. Okay. Now as you can see on the logo here, we need this D and B on here, okay? Or DB on there for Denver Bulls. So we're going to use this text tool. We click on it. The font that I used is this Engraves MT. We're going to click on the screen here. It allows us to start typing. I just want a D for now. So there's my D. Go back to the Move tool. And I can resize this. So I can decide how big I want it. So here's my D I'm going to use. Just stick it right here for now. I can move it in a minute if I want. But I'm also going to put a stroke around it. So the color of this sports team is red and blue and white. Red, blue, white. Okay. So I'm going to go up here to Layer now. Layer Style. Style Settings. Click your stroke. Puts a little stroke around the edge, but I want it to be navy, so I'll click on it. Click on it. Change it to about 6. Okay. Here's my D. I'm going to use my arrows to move it up. Actually, I'm going to put it right about there for now. There we go. Alright, D. Now I want my B to be the same font, the same size, color, everything. So the easiest way to do that is just right click your layer over here that says D. Duplicate the layer, name it B, hit OK, and then drag it down, place it down here a little lower. We're going to change it, it needs to be a B, so I double click on it. There's my B. Okay, and you guys can kind of arrange it how you want. Your goal is to put for it to look similar to that. Okay, so there's my DB. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, and I have stroke on both of them. Actually, I'm going to just click on the skull here. See how some stroke looks around that skull. Oh yeah, let's put a little stroke around the skull too. I didn't do it on the one before. It makes it stand out a little bit also. You can make it black, so just black 3 stroke. Okay. Alright, now we're going to, our slogan, everybody's got to have a slogan for your business, and the slogan for this company is called Whatever It Takes. So we're going to use the text tool again, or the type tool, still on Engraves. We're going to click on the bottom here, click it, we're going to type whatever it takes. And you can move it. I'm going to move it around here. Once again, we have these rulers on here so that we can center stuff up. We can resize it if we choose to. Alright, we're going to put a stroke on this also. So let's go layer, layer style, style settings, stroke, also navy, and here we go, 2. Now on this one we can put a bevel. So if you click on bevel here, you know it just adds a little texture to the letters there. So we're going to hit a bevel, and you can also hit a drop shadow. so that you have a little shadow behind it. There we go, distance. And hit OK. Now you'll notice on this one here, it kind of bends around the bottom, so we're going to change it. We're going to manipulate it. So we're going to double click on it. We're going to click on this up here. Whoop, looks like we missed part of it. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, there we were. There we go. Highlight it all. Click on the warped text. You can go arc. And you can notice if you bend it here, we can make it kind of bend around the bottom here. You can go horizontal distortion. Plays with it a little bit like that. That's actually what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to go bend. Okay. We're going to go negative 15. And horizontal distortion, negative 66. Hit OK. And there you go. This is whatever it takes. You can see I've got it centered up with my squares right here. So that's going to be my slogan for my business, whatever it takes. You can see I changed it a little bit, and I like that better. Now we got to put Denver Bulls across the top, because that is going to be the name of the company, or the sports team, which is the company. So type tool again. Click it. Type in Denver. Here we are. There it is. Denver. It's going to bend across the top a little bit. Layer, style settings, stroke. You got to have a stroke on it. There we go, about a 5. Okay, there we go. But we're also going to, you can see on the example here, it kind of arches and arcs across the top. So highlight it all. Click on this. Arc. Let's see, let's go about a 17 there. Move it up, make sure it's centered with that line. And the last piece here is we're just going to have bulls underneath it. So again, type tool. Bulls. Kind of resize it, as you can see here. Alright. Yes, that's how I want it. Add a stroke. Style settings, stroke. Navy again. Okay. Now let's look at the other one here. This one has a little bevel on it as well. So we're going to add a little bevel also. So don't forget, you go to layer, layer style, style settings, Click on this bevel, it adds a little bevel on there. Same with this Denver one, so you click on Denver, layer, I'm going to go fast here, so if I go too fast, slow down, pause it, bevel, okay, and there we have our logo that we're going to use for our business. Okay, we have the name of the business, we have an image with a DB, which could be considered your second image, so two things right here in the middle or somewhere that make one image, and then our slogan across the bottom, whatever it takes. We've used stroke on numerous things. We manipulated the text with a warp at the top and at the bottom as well. And this is a completion grade. So before that though, we have to go File. We're going to go Save As. And when you save it, you're going to change it to a PNG file. PNG. And you can call it whatever you want. Bulls. Hit OK, save. Hit OK. You have now saved it and you completed the practice activity. If you go find it wherever you saved it and you double click on it, there you have it. There's Denver Bulls. There's the one that I did earlier. There's the one we just did as a practice. Actually, I like the practice better, but this would be my logo that I would use on all kinds of stuff in my business. And you'll see as we go along, but the logo is very important. You're going to do a business card, and we're going to put it on there as well. So make sure you show this to me. And actually, there's one thing I forgot, so let's go back real quick. Okay, there's one thing I forgot. So when you create your practice activity, you're going to click on text right here, and down here in the bottom, I don't care what font you use. You're going to put your name on it. Okay? You're going to put your name on it. And actually, let's just put our first name. Come on, come on. There we go. Let's just put our first name so it doesn't take as much space up. Let's put it down here in the bottom right hand corner that you created it. You don't have to use font, you don't have to use stroke or anything on it. Then we're going to go up here. Now we're going to save it, File, Save As. Once again, a PNG file. There's the Bulls. Save. Yes, replace that one. Okay. Find it again. Bulls. There we have it. Your name's got to be on here as well. So when you finish this, make sure you show it to me. Okay, show it to me. Let me see it. It's completion grade. If you did it, you get 100. All right.